Hello, and welcome to another Scottish mountain walking guide. This weekend, the weather in the Scottish mountains was very poor, with yellow warnings for rain and mountain top wind speeds averaging between 50 and 80 miles per hour. With this in mind, I decided to return to Glen Lyon to climb Meal Bhuidhe. This is probably one of the shortest and safest Munros that you can climb in poor weather. The total distance is 8.5 kilometres with only 541 metres of ascent. It is expected to take around 3 hours to walk, and navigation is relatively easy with another clear path to follow. As always, links to the west map for the route, the starting point car park and the Scottish Mountain Weather site are included in the description below. Parking is at the side of the road as you approach the Daimh. Parking is free, there are no height restrictions, and you can probably fit around 20 cars. It's around 2 hours drive from Glasgow and 2.5 hours from Edinburgh. The closest public toilet is in Cullen, 40 minutes drive away. Parking is anywhere along the side of the road, just in this area here, before the bridge. And for today's walk, I parked down at the end here because the wind was blowing from the west to the east, so the wind was blowing this way, and parking down here was below the height of the Daimh, so the Daimh protect me from the worst of the wind while sleeping in the van overnight. So leaving from the van, I headed directly west, back along the road a little bit, and you come to an information board that is under a little shelter, and there's a big barrier that blocks this bit of the road off. So when you come to that point, you want to head pretty much directly north, go up this gravel track, and it gets a bit steeper straight away as you're going up here. Follow the gravel track, just follow it around, and when you come along here, you're almost level with the Daimh again, and there's a small cairn, and then at this point you want to head directly north and turning right. From there you follow this path. It's a fairly boggy section all the way up. It's quite boggy from time to time. It's not terrible, it's quite a firm bog, but it does look worse than it actually is. So you follow that up and make your way up. And you just keep following the path, generally in a northerly direction. The path does split here, and I show that in the video. If it was a nicer day, then I may have followed the one that went to the left here. But because the wind was coming from the west across to the east, keeping to this side of this little ridge was just helping to protect a little bit. So you keep following the path. It naturally curves round more to the northwest here. And you're going up and you're sort of aiming between the two tops. You'll see a top over here, another top here. You're aiming to go between the tops, and then you'll see it curve off. There's another cairn here where this path joins. Now be going mostly in a westerly direction, and it starts to get steeper again as you're going up towards this first top here. Once you get up to this point, the path becomes more rockier. There's still soil and grass around. You can easily keep to sort of rockier sections. As I mentioned at the beginning, the wind was fairly strong. I only measured it at about 25 miles per hour, but there were sections that were windier than the actual summit. On my actual walk, I kept well to the left of the path here. There is quite a steep drop here, and you wouldn't want to get blown off. By sticking to the left, you can stay below the highest point, and then if there was any difficulties, you'd have time to react and adjust to the situation. You follow that path along the top, and you'll quite soon come to the cairn. It's a rather large cairn, so it's easy to distinguish it from the rest of the landscape. From the summit, you simply retrace your steps, heading south, along the ridge, and then back down. When you get to this cairn, just keep to your right, and then follow down the path, heading south. You keep going down, and just keep following the path all the way back down until you join back up to the gravel road here, turning to your left at this point, heading east and following the road that goes right back down to that little information board. Good morning, it's 8:10 in the morning. I'm at the lower car park for Meal Bhuidhe. Try to park as close to the Daimh as possible and next to these trees to give some protection from the wind. Today the forecast is for 50 mile an hour winds with 60 mile an hour gusts at the summit. I don't know that I'll be taking much video in this walk, it might be mostly time lapse. The winds are quite bad. It's just starting to get some daylight. 9 degrees temperature at the car park. It's forecast to be 5 degrees at the top, but with the wind chill it's meant to feel like -4 degrees. Come back to this little information board and then you head north up this gravel track. Here we have the path going off to the right. There's a very small cairn and it's just before you get level with the dam over there. It's very windy. Wind is going from the west to the east. So as I go up the hill it's coming from my left and blowing across to the right. This path is a fairly direct route all the way to the top. Bends a little bit to the left, but it should be pretty much straight ahead all the way. One goes up to the right of this little ridge and the other one goes up and sort of along and maybe on slightly to the left of the ridge. Because of the direction of the wind, I'm going to keep to the right of the ridge. Just gives you a little bit of protection. Don't think it'll be long now until I'm in cloud. Once you get to that top there, it's a fairly level walk. A little bit more uphill, but not that much to the summit. This is looking directly into the wind. This path kind of goes up to the middle of these two tops. There's a top back there, top here. Goes up close to the middle and then turns to the left. You can see the scarring of the path up the side. And then it's just a bit of a walk along the ridge. I've come round to the right of the path. I was trying to get out of the wind a little bit, give me a chance to change the GoPro battery. It's slightly less windy here. You can see the summit over there, not much higher than we are at this point. So it's a nice easy walk to that summit. I'm going to keep a bit to the left because of the direction of the wind. There was warnings that the wind might actually knock you off your feet. So I might have a wee drink as well whilst I'm out of the worst of the weather. I'm at 890 metres, the summit is 920 metres, 30 metres to go. It's about 1 kilometre away. On a nice day this would be a really nice walk from here to the end. Today it's a little bit tougher. hiding down behind the cairn on the summit of Meal Bhuidhe. It is seriously windy, too windy to get my phone out without the protection of this cairn. It would just get blown away. Poles are just getting blown sideways, getting pushed around all over the place. I'll try and capture the wind speed on the GoPro using the wind speed meter. I'm quite surprised that the summit's clear. There really is just this very small space you can hide behind. Oh wow. It's just turned 10 AM. An hour and 50 minutes to get to the top. It should be fairly quick descending. Once I get around the ridge there, as soon as I've got up onto that bridge, the wind speed doubled. Backpack was almost getting blown sideways. Getting pulled by a backpack. So that's just hiding behind the cairn. 3 miles, 3.5. Oh. Behind the cairn. Now I'm going to step out. The return journey is just reversing and retracing your steps, so it's the exact same way you came up, you just go back down the same way. Oh, it's wild today. Before the descent, I'm going to be putting a ski mask on and probably a balaclava. I'm going to get it full in the face as I go around there, so it's very exposed and very cold. I need to wrap up well and do it whilst I've got the protection of this little cairn. Come down the end of the ridge there. That ridge was really windy. A lot windier than the summit at points. So, I don't know how well the video will come out. You can see the path splits here. I came up on the one to the right, so I'm going to just go down. Once again the path splits. Stick to the left hand side, which is where I came up. Come a bit down the side a little bit and out of the wind, which is now coming from the right to the left. I'm back at the gravel road. You can see the Daimh straight ahead. Left turn and just follow this back down to the car park. So I'm back at the car park, 3 hours walking time. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's quite a windy day today. Thank you for watching, and I'll show you more of Scotland in the next one. Bye for now.